Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter.
This video is our latest Grey's Anatomy Season 16 finale discussion. This is coming up very, very soon, unfortunately, but we have a lot of interesting stuff to talk through, and this is all about Andrew DeLuca, who he's hopped off the motorcycle.
Yep.
He is back at the Grey Sloan.
Yep.
He is hiding in the room with Meredith right now. I like to pretend that this is happening in real time, and he's just really hitting it hard with the books to get a solution to what is going on with Richard Webber.
That was a pretty serious pile of books going on that table.
It was a lot of pile of books. He is like the guy who has gone into the library and taken everything for his research, and then nobody else can check anything out anymore. But we will sort of go through, can DeLuca be the hero? And if he is the hero, are people going to actually believe him now and stop being, the doctors who cry manic at him every single time he sort of goes a little bit off kilter? But before we go any further, if you guys do like this discussion, remember to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates.
So here's where we kind of are with him. A lot of the other doctors have been saying that he's manic. We're still kind of on this island where we don't think that that's the case, and that he's been more just overworked, overburdened, not respected, dealing with a lot of insecurities in himself, in his relationship with Meredith. We have seen him have a couple of wins that still haven't garnered him the respect that he should have, because a lot of people are still very focused on this, you're manic, you're manic, you're manic, and there has been no actual diagnosis of this yet. No one actually knows what's going on. There may be nothing going on. He may actually just be having a breakdown, being overworked, not sleeping enough. He could be manic, but nobody knows yet.
And I think what is so kind of complicated about all of this is, I think because of, number one, DeLuca's father and everything that went on there, and I think because DeLuca's not, a senior employee at Grey Sloan, he's not getting the attention of, say, a Richard Webber. I mean, obviously Webber's condition's more life-threatening at this very moment, but I think they're not really taking the time to sort of get to the bottom of this. And I think they're also not considering he's also gone through kind of a breakup situation with Meredith, where he has had feelings for her for a really long time, and that has all sort of fallen apart. He doesn't really have that much to sort of cling to right now, and it doesn't seem like anyone is fully transfixed on trying to help him. I think Meredith wants to, but obviously she's got other stuff going on too.
Yeah, and nobody's really taking him seriously. I mean, we saw everything that he did with his patient, and that he was able to help diagnose and get a treatment for a really rare condition. We saw him with that young girl where he thought she was in trouble. Nobody believed him. Even Bailey went and had one sentence of dialogue with this kid and then was like, oh, DeLuca. And it turned out something was wrong. So he's had 2 wins that nobody's really paying any attention to.
One of the things I think we also do know about DeLuca is he is willing to put himself in harm's way for the sake of others. I mean, he was willing to sort of go to jail instead of Meredith last season, and I think it seems, based on what's in the preview, he's going to be willing to lose his job, to be tossed out of the hospital by security, if it means actually saving Richard and keeping Richard from having a surgery that's not the right surgery or the right procedure for him. I think he is going to risk it all in this finale, but I think he's going to be risking it for a really good reason, because I think Grey's Anatomy, I don't think they're setting us up so that we're going to dislike DeLuca or that DeLuca is going to be fired. I don't think they want to go that route.
Yeah, I really hope not. My hope is that he actually, with the help of Meredith together, that their research and everything that they're going through, that they will figure it out together through, sort of a back and forth, reading through books, bouncing ideas off of each other, and that he will be part of the solution of what is wrong with Richard, so that he is able to sort of finally just garner some of that respect that he's been long overdue.
And I actually think we're going to be seeing DeLuca get a little bit of that respect. And I think we're setting him up to have a much larger role in next season of the show, because with Alex gone, and not to conjure up those memories again, but I just really feel like they're going to need somebody else to sort of take on a larger role. I'm not saying DeLuca is going to become the new male lead of Grey's Anatomy, but I think we're going to see a lot more of his story. I think we're going to see a lot more of how things sort of happen all around him. I mean, his sister is still a part of the show. I feel like we're seeing her more on Station 19 than Grey's Anatomy right now. And I think that this is going to be sort of a way for them to remind us of how accomplished DeLuca can be if they would just give him a little bit more leeway in the time of day to recognize what's really going on.
My hope is, and I don't think we're going to see this in the finale, the season finale next week, but that maybe going into next season, we're going to actually get some sort of diagnosis that he's going to be like, you know what, I am over this. I'm really tired of everybody telling me what they think is wrong with me and making it fact. And so instead, I'm just going to go and I'm going to get diagnosed. I'm going to find out if I have this, if I am manic, if I'm not manic. And if I'm not, then I can go back and be like, okay, diagnosis, had, read, you guys need to stop it now.
And even if he is manic, he may not, that doesn't mean that he is his father. And that doesn't mean that some of what he's saying is wrong. He may just need medication or some other sort of treatment to make it a little bit more stable. And that would be totally great. It would be able to sort of get him in a place where he can sort of move forward and figure out exactly what his next plan of attack is. I think a good question right now is, do we think that DeLuca is going to still be employed or at least attached to Grey Sloan by the end of this finale? He's kind of suspended right now.
Yeah, he's already kind of been told to take a break. He's not. He's hiding out in the library and doing stuff. We've seen in the preview that he's going to be stopping whatever surgery's going on, taking away people's instruments and doing all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think he's going to be definitely benched by the end of this episode. But I do think that he's going to be understood a little bit better next season. I don't think they're trying to get rid of him by any means.
I think it is complicated because I don't think he's going to be working per se as a doctor for the rest of the season, like you said, but I think he will still be within sort of the Grey Sloan fold, and I think he can come back at the start of next season and be more of a stable doctor then, have more of a consistent presence. I know there were stories planned beyond episode 21. This is more of a finale by circumstance. Some of that stuff with DeLuca may be carried over, or maybe they'll just do a really big time jump, and when Grace comes back, he'll just be in a little bit of a better place.
Now, the thing that I'm also interested in is, you know, we did see that DeLuca and Meredith had a relationship for a while there.
Yeah.
And we did see that scene in the stairwell where he was like, oh, I don't care, whatever. And she was like, well, I still love you. Like, I still care about you. And now they're working together. This is the last scene that we saw, both of them sitting in a pile of books and trying to figure things out together. Is this relationship actually over, or is it only over for now, or is it just kind of on the skids? Is there any hope for these two to figure it out?
I still have hope. I don't know if I have hope this season, but I still have hope. I mean, it feels like we're maybe going into love triangle territory with Meredith and Cormac and then DeLuca, and I mean, I don't know if I really need something like that. I don't dislike Cormac as a character. It's just I don't know Cormac all that well as of yet, and I don't want to just root for him by default because Christina likes him and recommends him for the hospital.
I agree.
So I would rather sort of explore DeLuca and Meredith for a little bit longer and sort of see, you know, if Cormac can sort of come into his own in some own ways if he's sticking around. Because I do like Meredith and DeLuca together. I think it's an interesting relationship. I think it's different. I think it's certainly a lot more nuanced now than it once was. I want to believe the two of them can find a way, but I think they both have some growth to do to sort of get back to each other.
Yeah, if there is a road back together, it's going to be a a more difficult road, but that's okay. I mean, relationships shouldn't be sort of as easy, and in smooth sailing and blue skies all the time. I mean, their struggles create growth. So if there's a way, there's going to be some bumps on that road, but I don't think that it's completely out of the question. I think that they can get there. One of the things that DeLuca's been struggling with is his own self-confidence and the idea of, am I accomplished enough and good enough to be with someone like Meredith, who is so accomplished, and, am I at that same level? Now we've seen him have that one patient that had the very rare condition that he was able to figure out. If he is also able to figure out what's going on with Richard, and he's able to do it with Meredith, this might be something that can help them reconnect, because then they're working together on something instead of he's working kind of below her.
He can get on the road again. And I think that's really, we need to see him on the road again. We need to see him sort of seek out happiness. I hope he has it. I hope we're getting a chance to explore it throughout the rest of season 16, however much that's left. Not very much, but moving into next season as well. But we will have more answers soon. We will have more coverage soon. I mean, the finale's just about here, but let's hear from you guys. How do you think the Grey's Anatomy story is going to end for DeLuca this season? Let us know in the comments, and if you guys do like this video, remember to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store, and we'll see you here next time.